Chamberlain, and welcome to Living the Gourmet. Thank you for visiting.
Oh, thank you. Great to be on your show.
Well, this is a wonderful honor, and you're here to tell us about the world of beef and why we should be eating more and cooking it up for the holidays, correct?
That's exactly right. Today, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I'm an avid beef lover, and so is my family. There's nothing better than a delicious steak or prime rib or short rib, you name it. So tell us about why we should be eating more of it and making us feel better about doing so.
Well, exactly as you just said, beef is a crowd pleaser. Our family loves it too. We're going to be cooking it up for the holidays this year as well. And the other thing that's really great right now is you can take advantage of really great pricing on beef. It's lower in price than it's been in a couple of years, so two great reasons to do it for the holidays this year.
Well, tell us why we should switch from a giant bird to a beautiful prime rib or a steak, or you have it for the holidays.
Well, exactly. You know, beef is leaner than it's ever been, so those cuts in the grocery store are really beautiful and lean. It's loaded with vitamins to keep us healthy through winter. So, you know, protein, zinc, iron, all those vitamins that we really need. So, you know, again, great reasons. I'm showing you, I wanted to show you 3 recipes today on how to cook just some really beautiful dishes for the holidays. The first one, starting out, are lean beef pot stickers. These are pot stickers that have been steamed. They're served with an orange ponzu sauce. Really delicious ponzu sauce. I like these for the holidays also because you can make them with your kids, with other family members, get everybody in there and kind of make them up together. The orange ponzu sauce is delicious because it has orange, it has citrus, it has soy sauce. A nice little drizzle over the top gives us a lot of flavor. Great for Christmas, for New Year's Eve, for Super Bowl. All those things really great. Now, this rib roast, I think you mentioned this earlier that you like to do this. My wife loves to cook this. It's probably the easiest roast to cook. I like to use an internal meat thermometer to tell when it's exactly 135 degrees. And you can see the beautiful color that this beef has, a perfect medium rare. Again, use a meat thermometer, 135 degrees. Now the glaze on the outside of this recipe calls for maple syrup, fresh thyme, garlic, and boy, the beautiful browning and the beautiful taste that gives it is unbelievable. One of my favorite recipes for the holidays. You'll love that. Now, lastly, a beef stuffing. Green apples, cranberries, cubed bread, beef stock, sweet sautéed leeks. I served this on a dish in my steakhouse last week. People went crazy over it as a side dish. It can also be served as an entree. You can take it to a potluck, to one of your family or friends' house for the holidays. Really beautiful taste there. So 3 recipes that pretty much cover everything.
Oh, I mean, I can practically smell the deliciousness from here. Now, how do you know which cuts are the most nutritious? Because people are always afraid to eat beef thinking it's not heart healthy and so on and so forth. But that's really not true, right?
No. And, you know, remember, beef is leaner than it's ever been. But when you are looking for the leanest cuts, shop the store for the package that says loin or round on it. So if it says loin or round, it's one of those cuts that's the very leanest. But remember, all beef is really high in protein, in iron, and zinc. It's going to keep us healthy.
And B12. Now, give us a few, what do you suggest for the busy person who's cooking up for a large crowd on a holiday?
Well, for a large crowd, these rib roasts work really well. I'm doing a little beef Wellington at my house, which I love. It's a tenderloin of beef, you know, with mushroom on the outside wrapped in puff pastry. You can do it in advance. And, you know, one of the tips with either doing tenderloin or this beautiful rib roast is to let it rest for a few minutes after you cook it. letting it rest really helps to hold those juices on the inside. So a chef tip for that's really important. And then, for that and other recipes and tips, go to beefitswhatsfordinner.com. It's a great resource. You find a piece of meat that's on sale in the store and you don't know how to cook it, go to beefitswhatsfordinner.com. They'll tell you how to cook it. They'll show you what to pair with it, nutritional values, and then also short videos on really start to finish. Really great resource for that.
How do you feel about marinating steaks ahead of time?
I love to marinate beef, and my wife does it a lot. She likes, a simple one is soy, ginger, honey, a little garlic. One of the tips with marinating beef, though, is not to over-marinate it. An hour to 2 hours is plenty. You don't want to cover up the taste of the meat because it has such a beautiful natural taste. And you don't want to lose the beautiful texture. If you want to tenderize, say, a flank steak or a skirt steak, great for marinating, but don't over marinate because it'll really, it'll take some of that nice texture and flavor away.
Oh, I love skirt steak. That's one of my favorite. Mm-hmm. And I have another question for you. How about when you do a prime rib, do you suggest leaving the bone in or bone out? Me personally, I like the bone in. But
I love the bone in, and this one has the bone in it, and it's from a visual, it's so beautiful to have. It makes it look taller and bigger, and I think the guests love seeing that. From a taste standpoint, I think it's really about the same, but from a visual, it's beautiful.
Oh yes, and the meat closest to the bone always seems to taste the best.
We always fight over those bone pieces.
Oh, we used to have contests who could clean the bone the best. My dad was actually a butcher by trade, so
really?
We never did not have beef in our house.
Yes. Oh, it's wonderful.
Yes. So, would you like to say where we could go again to get the tips for the listeners?
Oh, sure. Yeah, beefitswhatsfordinner.com. You'll find great recipes, tips, videos, all the great resources for cooking great beef.
And I'm glad that beef is starting to get a comeback because it's such a delicious meal, and like you said, it's nutritious, and it really, once you smell it cooking, it just brings everybody over to the table.
It does, and it's so popular now. My restaurants are packed every night with people wanting beautiful steaks, and it's America's protein. It really is. It
certainly is, and it's delicious. And I just want to thank you very much for taking the time to be with Living the Gourmet, and it was so nice speaking with you.
Thank you.
And I wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
and a
to you
Happy
too.
New Year.
Thank you. You too.